Okay, so this is a project I've been thinking about doing for a while. I was gonna do it at my house, but I told Matt what I want to do, and he said, hey, let's do it at my house. So here we are. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna attempt, and I'm fairly confident this is gonna work just fine, but we're gonna attempt to run two 1322 TS's in tandem. And that will theoretically give us around 4 gallons a minute at 1,000 PSI. So what I've done is I already had the original one installed, had the outlet where it goes and all that. So I'm gonna have to change things around a little bit. I'm gonna keep the shelf where it is, but I'm gonna lower that outlet a little bit because I'm gonna make room for the next shelf. So I'll probably lower the outlet about 6 or 7 inches, maybe less, because I'm gonna run blocking across it and the stud is on the other side of that. So I'm gonna do that, cut drywall, get the backing in, pass the drywall. So I'm gonna mock this up a bit so I know exactly where I'm gonna put the shelf, the second shelf over top. I'm gonna set this one back in place. We didn't have any, just so you guys know, we are out of the 18-inch shelves. We're out too. I mean, we can't even get one. So I had one at home for my system, so I brought it here. That's this one. So this will be the top shelf. This was Matt's older shelf. So then I'm gonna wait for mine. So anyway, and the other thing I'm gonna do, which I will show you guys, is instead of, now Kranzle is now sending us 1322s with this inline GFI. I don't prefer this look. I don't think it looks as tidy. I know it does the job and it's for safety and I get that. So instead of running this, and I need to shorten the cords anyway, typically what I do is I shorten the cord in the pressure washer itself, leave the old right angle GFI attached to the end of the cord. But since we can't do that with this, and I don't really like that look, and I'm not recommending anybody do this, but this is what we're gonna do. So what I'm gonna do is install GFI receptacles, which will have the same amount of protection, and then I'm gonna cut that GFI off and I'm gonna put a right angle, Leviton right angle plug. So I think that'll look clean and it'll still be protected, it'll still be safe. So, and they are gonna be both on independently on 20 amp circuits each. So I have to have 2 receptacles. And you can't run one off the other. Obviously it'll exceed the amperage rating. So anyway, I got to run another home run back to the panel. I've already got one done, so that's the 20 amp that was original. I'm going to run a second one just above it for the next shelf and for the next pressure washer. Come back in the panel. We've got room for another 20 amp breaker, so I'm going to do that as well. But first things first, I'm going to get this thing mocked up, figure out where it's got to go, cut the drywall, get the backing in, and then I'm gonna have to coat that a couple of times, get it ready to go, paint it, and then I can install the shelf and show you guys what else I'm gonna do. I will mention there's a valve that I ordered. I'm gonna do similar to the valve that we stock now to be able to choose between a Osmatic boom pole or a reel inside the garage, much the same one I used in Helen. So I ordered the same it's the same company, but instead of a diverter valve where it picks one side or the other, this is a 3-way valve. So you can choose this pressure washer or both together. So that way, if we want to use the CR, because it can't handle 4 gallons a minute rinse, we can just choose one pressure washer to do the final rinse, but we'll still have 4 gallons a minute to do wash and wheels and all that stuff. So anyway, I'm gonna get started now, and we'll keep you updated through the process. So this should be pretty cool. I've been excited to do this at my house, and at least I get to mock it up at Matt's first, get it done here, and then I can maybe refine the process at home. So no, I'm kidding. It'll be perfect here. I'm gonna set this other shelf in place, the one that's the original shelf. With the new pressure washer on it, set that in place, figure exactly where I'm gonna put this outlet. I think it's probably gonna go right about here. But let me get that shelf up here and then we can figure out exactly where I wanna put it. And that's a lot of cord. All right, it goes right there. So that's set up. And then I need to get my shelf brackets. These are the 2 new brackets for the new shelf. And we'll
figure out how we can tuck these down in here, because I want it as close as possible to this one. And luckily the switches are now here instead of up here. So the second pressure washer is probably going to be right about here. Matt will be able to reach it a lot easier than me. So, the other thought was, if someone's doing this from scratch, once we come up with a system and we know it works, if someone else wants to do this, what you could do is have one shelf instead of two, and put a pressure washer one next to the other. And then we do some custom hosing. We'll probably mock one up so we have hose lengths and everything set up for when if this works well, we want to start selling it. We'll do something with a single shelf rather than having to stack them so it's not so tall. So the thought is now, probably even lower. I would say, yeah, that's probably right about there. It looks good. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I think that's the spot. I'll mark here. I think the pressure washer will be easy to reach, especially for Matt. I always have to think of, he's not only 4 inches taller than me, but he's, on top of that, his arm's probably another 2 or 3 inches, so he can reach up at least 6 inches higher than I can. So I figure if the shelf is here, that would be top of shelf right about there. Pressure washer's another 6 inches above that, so I can even reach it, so it'll be easy for him. So, and the next thing I'm gonna do is I'll do the outlet now, I'll lower the outlet, and then I'll mock up, while the pressure washer's still up here, I'll get this cord where I wanna put it, which is tucked back here, get a right cord length. So my thought is the plug will be right about here. So I'm not gonna cut the cord yet, but I'm gonna lower the outlet for sure. And then we'll get that where it's gotta be, cut it to custom length, install that plug on the end of it, and that'll be done. Okay, so I'm gonna make my cut here for my box, but I don't wanna get dust all over everything. I am gonna cover all this when I do the big cut up here, but I went and grabbed this Milwaukee. We are going to start selling these. This thing is awesome. I used it for the first time yesterday, cleaning up around the garage. It's a 0920, I think this is a -20, so, and then there's I think a -21, which is one's with batteries, one's without. But anyway, we've got two 8.0s in it, and it works really nicely. It's got a lower pressure or lower suction rating here on the one, and then you hit the other way, and it's higher. And it's got really good suction. So, and the beauty of it is you don't have to drag around a cord. And I always catch, whenever I'm vacuuming the car up, I'm bringing my vacuum around, I'm always catching the cord on the tires and crap. This is so nice. So I'm gonna have to save up and add this to the arsenal. All right, so getting started on cutting here. Okay, so I've relocated the receptacle from here down to here, installed our GFI, used a Lutron Claro cover plate, which looks nice and clean. So now I'm gonna mock up the length of the cord. I'm gonna put this right angle plug on it right for there. So I'm gonna run it behind here, tuck it back here, and then get a length here, probably right like that. So I think our length will be probably right there. So we'll cut it here. I'm ready to commit right now. And then we can what we could do is I'll put a female plug on the end of that, and then someone can use this for outside extension cord. I'm gonna put my eyes on. Okay. So this is a 15 amp, which is what comes on the machine to begin with. It's a 15 amp, 125 volt.
right angle. A nice built-in strain relief. Could flip it too. Let's see. I'm thinking it would go like this way. Be cleaner. See how this looks. Maybe not. Maybe this way on the top one. Yeah, let me flip it. You can turn these. You get a choice of, you can 180 it. Yeah, I think you can even go sideways with it. If I do a T ahead of the union, that's gonna make that hose longer, which is gonna mean it's gonna come up probably touch here, which I don't really like that. Because that already looks clean right like that. Let's see, what are we here? We're gonna need, oh, it's not long enough. I might be able to piece it together. Need to be 28 inches-ish. Yeah, because I don't think there's a stud there. Block that. Okay, so I'll lay this out. Cut a little block out of that patch you brought me from over here. I don't think that little block's going anywhere. Blocking is in. I've patched the drywall with the piece I took out. I had a little square here. I had to cut out some new drywall, but it's all taped and I'll let that dry. I'll probably hit it a second coat today. Again, tomorrow, get it nice and floated out, get it painted, and then I can hang the brackets, the shelf, the pressure washer. I've got some plumbing coming. I had to order a custom, well, not a custom length, but a different length inlet hose, a T for here, Street 9L, and a couple of stainless steel close nipples. So get all that in, and then we can start plumbing it up. So that'll happen in the next few days. We'll keep you guys in the loop. We'll film the rest of this, but for now, that's as far as I can get today. I think I'm gonna head over to the garage and help Matt with the G80. He wants to do some modifications to that. So he was saying after this, we'll go do that. So stay tuned for that. And we'll see you guys probably tomorrow. Okay, so I'm here to wrap up the pressure washer, the Tandem pressure washer install. So I've already started to get the second power source in. I've gone up in the attic. I've cut in my hole here for a box, single gang box. I've pulled my 12-2 up into the attic. I'm going to tie it into a circuit. So it'll be this dedicated and a dedicated. So once that's done, I'll get the receptacle in, and then I can start mounting and mocking up all the plumbing. I should have all the parts now. I was waiting for a couple of fittings, a hose, a 3-way valve, all that stuff. So should be ready to go today. I'm gonna have to go down to Curated, and after I get this part done and have the high pressure end hoses custom length made, we can make those in-house. So if you guys need something a certain length, we can do that. Anyway, so I'm gonna get this done, and then we'll get back to you as soon as the electrical's in. I'll start mounting everything up, and then hopefully today we'll be having 4 gallons a minute at 1,000 PSI. So people won't know it's GFI if it's not, stickers aren't applied.
Right, Chase? No licking the outlets, buddy. Shock your tongue, okay? You be a good boy. Best dog ever. So I've already kind of laid it out here. So let's see, this is the wrong side here. This is it here. So this one's gonna go right here. That height in line with these. Take it easy. I'm gonna drill a little pilot hole, which makes it center it up, screw better. I don't like this plastic stuff. Weird. The bend's different, that's why. Just slightly. Sixteenth low. I don't know if it's this level either. It's way different there. It's got to go up. You can at least mock it up and get the cord length correct. Looks like it goes right there. Okay. Hope Maddie can reach that. Oh yeah, he can reach that. I can almost reach it. And we have ourselves about an inch between the bracket and the
It's pretty low already.
yeah. Couldn't go any lower than that. I wouldn't want to. Plus aesthetically, I think it looks good like this. Now, if we were doing this from scratch, I'd probably cheat the CR down a couple of inches, maybe 3 or 4 inches, lower everything just a little bit, and then even someone that's my height, I'm 5'10", you could reach it. I think I could hop up and reach it, but.
You do them side by side? Or is that it?
You could, yeah. If you had a longer space, you could do them side by side, absolutely. You just have to chase the plumbing up behind. Like if this one's out here, you could put the hoses and stuff behind. But the only thing is aesthetically, I think having them stacked like this maybe looks better because you got inlet water supply in the same spot, outlets in the same spot. Otherwise, they aren't going to look the same, you know, if you put them next to each other. So now what I've done is kind of mocked up what I think the hoses lengthwise should be. Hopefully these are close because the only other one I would be able to get this next size down is special order. So if this is a little long, I'll order the length I think I need. This might work though. If anything, it's going to be too long. And yeah, that's going to work. Good guess. Okay, so take this off and put the fitting on it. Chris was asking about all the fittings. So the inlet hoses we sell. So We usually have a 24 inch, which is what that is. But what I did was, because I wanted to tighten this up, I got an 18 and a 36. So what I had to add that we normally don't use, normally we come straight out of this with a, into the union threads right onto the Prevo 3/4 inch by 1 inch or 25 millimeter Prevo fitting, right? That's our Prevo adapter. Usually that union will thread right into there. So what I added was this 3/4 inch T, 3/4 inch street elbow, and a close nipple, a 3-inch nipple here just to get the line a little bit longer so it would reach, because like I said, the 24 was too long and the 18 was a little too short. So I put a 2-inch nipple in there. Anyway, so we got that, and then our 18-inch hose, and this is our 36. So that's kind of how I'm getting the inlet water in. And then what we'll do is I'll mock up where the valve is going to go. So I'm going to put a 3-way valve in, a hydraulic valve. It's all stainless. And then I'll get lengths for our outlet fittings so that I can go get the hoses, a custom length hose made. I'll replace this one. This one's going to be, it's already a little too long anyway. So I'll replace that one and then get 2 custom lengths right into the valve. And then we've got to go get I've got to go get an 8.0 nozzle. I don't know if we have an 8.5, but at least an 8.0 for sure, and see how that works. And then we can test it out. I'm hoping, fingers crossed, today. I know Matt's excited to get it going. I'm really excited. Like I said, I think I've said it before, I wanted to do this in my garage. I've been thinking about it. I bought 2 pressure washers, and I was waiting on a second shelf or get a long shelf. But then I told Matt about it, and he's like, oh, let's do it in my garage. So we're doing his first, which rightfully so, I guess. I want to steal his thunder. I hate paper stickers. Yeah, so there's going to be 2 jumpers going to the valve, 1 from each pressure washer, right? And then from the valve, it'll go to the reel. So this hose is going to have to be longer than what this is. So let me get my valve back up there and then measure that. See where we are. The other one I went to the inside. This one will be out to the outside. It's going to need to be another 3.5. So we need to add 3.5 to this. Okay, that is a 36 inch, so we need a 39.5 inch jumper hose. Let's see how I want this to look. Maybe, I don't want it sticking out like that. Maybe up. No. Let's see what it looks like coming around from behind. Yeah, that might be the ticket there, like that. Chase, are you good, boy? Huh? Rough day? Big yawn? Yeah. All right, so we're at Curated. We got our custom length hose. Thank you. See ya. Come on, Chase. Let's go, bye-bye. Come on, buddy. Let's go. You ready to load up? You ready to load up? Huh? You ready? Come on. Okay. Gotcha. And this one's going to go in the middle. This is our output. or input I should say, to the reel. Output out of the valve. Pressure washer. Okay, so that is going to go just like that. You got one pressure washer, both, or the other one. So in the middle is both. So, see, our height looks pretty good. That'll clip to that. That's good, that's good. I'll put a couple of anti-vibration clamps, probably one here to hold that hose. I think that's probably the only one that needs it. So that's where it's going. Okay, all right. Okay, 8.0 is too big. Or was that a 9.0? What'd I open? Oh, that's nice. That's a 900 PSI. That's a lot of water. That's a lot of water. All right, let's open the garage. Rinsing, see how much, I think we'll get a better idea of flow. So the only thing I have left to do, you can see the valve is there. I have to mount that to the wall. I've got it all plumbed up, but I need to mount it, which I'll do later. I just want to test this out. I was anxious. And it works, right, Chris? Yeah, that's a lot of water. Okay. That's nice. That's good, man. What are we at? We're about 900, just a hair under 900. I think this is a good pressure. And that's a lot of flow. The only thing is with the bent wand, it wants to kick back, but other than that, man, that's nice. All right, I'm happy. Works like a champ. That's a lot of flow. Call old Maddie and see if he's busy. He can come check it out. So we see if he answers.
Yo.
Hey, this thing works like a champ.
Yeah, it doesn't kick off with the
Nope. Nope,
Nice.
You need to come check it out. It's nice. It flow. I have a 7.5 in here, flowing about 900 PSI at 4 gallons a minute. It's perfect to me. Come check it out. I think you'll like it.
I'll be over.
Okay, bye. Yeah, it's coming. Cool. I'm just gonna rinse all day, Chris. CSL XO. Still holding up. It's been almost 2 years. Man, that's sweet. I can't wait to do mine now. Now I have to order, I have to get shelves. I don't have any shelves. Try it out, see what you think. Good flow, it's about 900 PSI.
Is there a check valve in here or no?
No check valve, don't need one. So you have, what you have is a 3-way valve. This is one of the last things I have to do is screw it to the wall. But
Yeah.
so in the center, it's flowing both. If you go one way, it flows one, the other way, it flows the other. But right in the middle, both are coming in and feeding out here to the reel. The 7.0, it's like 1400 PSI.
Oh, it jumps that much.
Yeah.
It's moving.
Yeah,
But
it
it
is.
doesn't stand me up like,
Well, that's because it's less pressure. If you put the other nozzle on there, it's got more kick. If you put the 7 on there,
But the thing that Bryce brought up is a great point for like detail shops and stuff. Like then you have redundancy. So if one breaks,
you can always switch over to another one.
and you can still do the job.
Yep.
Detent
There's no well, it's a stop this way and a stop this way, but there's no detent.
Yeah.
I'm not convinced that's the go-to valve. There's another one I had Motion send me, but it's only rated at 1,000 psi, but it's got bigger ports and it might have a center detent. So I'll try that one too. I mean, this is kind of like the R&D part of it anyway. I just think this is the centerpiece right here with them stacked like that and tucked in. It looks pretty sick. You know, and I'm gonna pin this up. So this is gonna go like this. This hose will be here, you know. I'm gonna put this one on the shelf like that, pin that. But yeah, I mean, I could have run the hoses outside, it looked messy. All right, so install is complete. We've tested it. The sweet spot seems to be a 7.5. It's at 900 psi. We don't really know the flow rate yet. We're going to do a flow test on it. We'll like we normally do. But I imagine it's over 3 for sure. It's got to be closer to 3.5, 3.8, something like that, if I had to guess. At 900, it's very good. I think the flow is key. 900's plenty of power. I put an 8.0, it dropped it to 750, probably increased the flow slightly, and then I put a 7.0 and the pressure went way up to like 1150 or 1200, which is too much. So I think 7.5 seems the sweet spot. Matt's gonna wash tonight with it. They work just like they're supposed to. They come on in tandem and shut off in tandem. So there's no issue with one backflow and the other or any of that. And the three-way valve handles where you can switch between one pressure washer. I still have to mount it tomorrow. I need some Tapcon. So this is going on this wall. So right now, center position, it's feeding from both pressure washers here and here and flowing out to the cocks. So if you want to use the CR in this situation, because CR won't be able to DI 4 gallons a minute, you'd have to shut one off if you're going to rinse, spotless rinse. But as it is now, it works beautifully. So I'm going to go grab a 1.5 orifice for the foam cannon because Matt wants to wash tonight. This is a 125. Might as well get the full effect of lots of flow. So I'm going to go grab one of those, but I think we're done, at least for now. I might do some little tweaks here and there. I've got to pin that up, and I might try another valve. I've got one coming, so I might want to try out, see if I like it better. But this is close to, I think, what it would look like. And this is a lot cheaper than buying a KWS700. I don't know about a lot, maybe 1,000 less. And I think it's quieter, it's instant off. As soon as you let off trigger, they both shut off, which is nice. You don't hear that thing running in the background. So anyway, we're doing what we can do for you.